Hello, beautiful ladies, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Starting Over with Marta. And if you're new here, I'm Marta. I'm a certified life coach, and I help professional ladies just like you who have recently left a toxic relationship go from feeling lost and emotionally drained to achieving wholeness and alignment with their divine purpose. And so we are on day 3 of our Becoming Her Again series. We're talking tonight about rebuilding confidence after an emotional teardown. And so before we begin, because this journey can feel overwhelming, I want to invite you to grab 2 free resources that I created for women in this exact season. So the first one is for you. I offer free 30-minute strategy sessions. So you can book those sessions. The link is in the description. So if you're needing to talk to me one-to-one, you can do that absolutely free. In addition to that, this is the ebook that you can download. It is called The Thrive Blueprint, 7 Steps to Break Free from a Toxic Relationship and Rebuild Your Life with Confidence and Purpose. So all of those, I have a lot of free tools that you can download, and they are available for you to download. Links are in the description. So also, I want you to please forgive me because I have the flu. So I want to keep going, make sure that I get my lessons out there because I don't know who needs them. So forgive the fresh face. There's no makeup going on today. Everything is fresh because I'm honestly under the weather. So I have my tea here. My voice is like barely making it. So again, please forgive me, but I want to make sure that I get the lesson out there for today. So let's go ahead and just dive into it. Let's get into our lesson for today. We have been talking about rebuilding confidence after we've been talking about the Becoming Her series, but tonight we are talking about rebuilding confidence after an emotional teardown. And so here are the 3 things, the main points that we're covering. We're talking about how toxic relationships damage confidence, what God is restoring in you now, and how to rebuild confidence from identity, not performance. So let's go there. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So how confidence was damaged. Okay. Confidence rarely disappears all at once. It arose slowly and subtly and emotionally. So when you're in a toxic relationship, your confidence gets chipped away at little by little through dismissed feelings, manipulative resources, blame shifting, emotional withdrawal, criticism. A lot of times, criticism disguised as jokes. I experienced that a lot when I was in a toxic relationship. Comparing you to other women or partners, making you feel like what your needs are too much. Other statements like you are too emotional, or you're dramatic, or no one else will deal with you, or you're the reason that I act this way, begin to reshape your self-perception. And after a while, you start to doubt. You start to doubt your judgment, your intuition, your memory, your voice. And you begin to think, well, maybe it really is me. But I want to say something clearly, because your desire to be loved deeply was never the issue. Your expectation for emotional safety is never the issue. And your heart is not the problem. The problem and the issue is you was loving someone who lacked the emotional maturity to love you back. You didn't lose confidence because you were weak. You lost confidence because you keep doing all of the emotional lifting in a relationship by yourself. Okay. So I want you to write this down. If you don't have a journal, please make sure that you take time right now and download the journal. There's a Thrive journal, absolutely free, in the description. So download that, because we journal every single episode on this channel, because it's a very powerful tool to help you to accelerate your healing. Okay, so write this down. My love is not a flaw. It just wasn't matched. Okay. So I'm trying to push y'all. My voice is very raspy, but anyway, let's talk about what God is restoring, because I want to give you some scriptural content. I want you to go, or context. I want you to go to Joel 2:25, because Joel says, I will restore, and I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. And let me tell you something. That tells us that God will restore. Okay. Restoration doesn't mean going back to who you were before. It means being rebuilt into who you were always meant to be. God is restoring your voice, your clarity, your emotional stability, your intuition, your sense of self, your personal standards, your confidence in your identity. This is not a returning. This is an emerging. So you have to move forward, okay? Because you are becoming wiser. You're becoming softer in spirit, but stronger in self. You're becoming clearer in discernment and more grounded in God. And so, please excuse me. These are the things that I have experienced through my healing process. Say this to yourself. I am not who I was, and I am not who I will be, because I am becoming. Okay. So I want to talk about rebuilding confidence from identity, not performance, because that is kind of like the meat and potatoes of what we are talking about here. Because guess what? Confidence isn't loud. Confidence is not about being the strongest or even the most healed. Okay. Confidence is quiet and rooted. And it's a natural glow. It's something that comes from within. And confidence says, I know who I am because God told me. So I want to give you 3 confidence rebuilding habits. Okay. The first thing is reintroduce yourself to yourself. Ask yourself, what do I enjoy? What environments feel safe? What kinds of conversations nourish me? And what did I stop doing that used to build me joy? Okay. Then the next thing, and this one right here, this one might ruffle a feather or two, because this one right here is going to require you to be held accountable. You have to keep promises that you make to yourself, because true confidence comes from self-trust. Because every time you say that you're going to do something and don't follow through, guess who know you lying? You. Because so it begins to erode and impact your confidence. So if you break promises to yourself often, your spirit begins to believe, I can't trust me. And that's even when it's subconscious. So the goal is not to do everything perfectly. We're not saying that you're perfect. That's not what I'm saying. The goal is to choose one small promise each day, one small thing. Make one small thing that you're going to do each day towards your purpose, and do it. Okay. So here's some examples. And so I will drink 1 full bottle of water today. I'm going to use myself as an example on that. One of the things that I've been trying to improve with myself, of course, I've been on my weight loss journey. And one of the things that I was trying to improve within my own self was increasing my water intake, because I would drink everything else but water. That's, guilty. Hello. I know I ain't the only one. So what I found was that instead of the big waters, the big, I think they was 16 ounce or 8, whatever that is. I like the little minis, the 8 ounce, the little mini bottles. So I found that when I have the little ones, well, I'll drink the water, and so instead of me buying the big water bottles, because the big water bottles, I wouldn't drink them, but the little water bottles, I drink those. And so, sometimes it's about figuring out what it is that will work for you. And so, that you're not lying to yourself, and so that you can honor what it is that honor the promise that you are making to yourself. Okay. So here's some other examples. I will go to bed by 10:30, or I will not text him back. I will rest after work for 1 hour before I start working on other things. So every kept promise rewires your self-belief. I am someone who follows through, and that is where confidence lives. Okay. So you have to stop explaining your boundaries. This is another step. Okay. Stop explaining your boundaries, because guess what? Boundaries are not negotiations. They are not apologies and they're not justifications. They are decisions that you have made about your peace. So you are allowed to say, no, that doesn't work for me. Or I am not available. I can't do that. Or I'm not arguing with you. Or I'm choosing peace. And guess what? This comes without explanation, without guilt, and without debate. Because confidence is protecting your peace without defending it. Okay. So I want us to do some journaling. So if you haven't downloaded the Redeemed and Restored Journal, go ahead and do that now. It's absolutely free. It costs you $0.00. So in your Redeemed and Restored Journal, I want you to write. Now remember, we always write the questions first and then reflect. And then we answer the questions. Okay. So here's the first question. What belief about yourself did you internalize in your last relationship? And what new beliefs are you choosing now? And then what is one small action, step, or promise that you will keep to yourself on a daily basis? Okay, so I want you to really think about it. Don't rush through it. Let the truth replace those old narratives that you used to have. Okay. So if your confidence is gone, that's okay. It is rebuilding. Your confidence is rebuilding itself through trust, through truth, through self-trust, and through identity in God. Okay. You are becoming her again, and she is strong. She is wise. She is gentle, and she is grounded. Okay. And if you need support as you rebuild, don't forget to download your free guide, the Thrive Blueprint. Also, if you're in the middle of needing a plan because you had to make a tough choice, download the free guide, Silent Exit, Strong Spirit. Okay. And use your Redeemed and Restored Journal to help you to write and journal and accelerate your healing. And then book a free 30-minute strategy session, because I can help you to get back on track. Okay. If you're looking for someone to work with you and help you, I can absolutely do that. I would love to walk with you together in your journey. Okay. So you are becoming her again, and I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for dealing and tolerating my scratchy voice. It really hurts to even talk at this point, but that's okay. I'm going to doctor tomorrow. So I will see you guys for day 4. Day 4 is finding your voice again, and I'm so excited about that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.